A very poor crowd at the Richmond Oval today for the game down there between West Adelaide and South Adelaide, and certainly an important one for West Adelaide because going into today's round, of course, they were just holding on to that 5th spot on the premiership table, just one game clear of Central Districts. Like most grounds today, there was a strong breeze blowing at the Richmond Oval. The toss was won by West Adelaide's acting captain in Jeff Morris. He kicked with the breeze, and we pick up the play at the 7.5-minute mark of the first quarter. West Adelaide 1 point and South Adelaide yet to score.
First score took 7.5 minutes. Phil Brooksby kicks into the outer side to leave out there of Lockman. In front was Grosser. The man in front is being paid. Lockman not really happy. Probably had the stronger grip. Didn't come out with a footy. Grosser now looking for the lead from Andrews. Runs round the player on the mark. Puts in a long one. Going to get a leap out of his Williams up high. Palmer as well. Snap away. Great snap. I think it's Muret. Goal! First of the game. Beautifully done, Peter Muret. Lightning quick. The Bloods 1-1, the Panthers yet to open their account.
Well, Peter Muret doing one of those things that he can do very well. I was going to say pirouetting around on one leg then, which he did. He just took the ball very quickly out of the air, knew where the goal was and quickly snapped it through. And West Adelaide scored the first goal, but South Adelaide have looked fairly impressive. They've moved the ball very quickly. They've tried to run it into the breeze, but Westies have that breeze and they've got to take advantage of it.
Mark Micken and Gary Christie. Micken got his hand on the ball. Grosser tries to run it out. Can't pick it up. He pushes it through. The umpire's going to give him a free kick for a push in the back. Really been a fine rover in recent years, Leon Grosser. Does a lot of hard work. He's quick, courageous, kicks goals. Ronnie Andrews. Whoa. Thank you very much. Do not get in my way, otherwise I'll put you out of the arena. How do you like that? Brendan Honor. Big Ronnie was beautifully put by Grosser. Ronnie Andrews knew exactly where it was going. He ran into the open space, and now he's got his first shot at goal. The kicking action's a bit untidy, and he misses on the left-hand side. So the Bloods are 1-2. South Adelaide yet to score.
I suppose you could say he adds a bit of strength to the goalmouth. He certainly does. It has been said he's becoming a bit of a cult hero down here. Kick in, going for Lockman, couldn't get it. Out comes Clayton Lamb, puts it in the air, coming back with a breeze. That's home. Never ever looked like missing. Flying goal, Clayton Lamb. The Bloods second. 2-0 they lead, and Kale looking a little bit happier now with their start.
Yeah, well, that was well read by Clayton Lamb, but I thought it perhaps a little bit of an error on the part of the South Adelaide players. Then 3 of them going for the ball, and as a result, it came off hands. Lamb, he wasn't going to be in the fly. He just decided to read it off hands, which he did so well. He's a lovely kick. He started off the season at half back, and now equally as effective at half forward.
The breeze, I think, getting a little bit stronger now to that southern end. West Adelaide going that way. Christie belts it back. Grosser takes it away again. He's winning hard balls in the middle. Des Herbert with a fly from behind. Oh, he's taken the mark. 3 grabs. And I can tell you what, the man in there, Darren Troy, not at all happy. He indicated to the umpire quite clearly that he touched it. Des Herbert, a triple grab. Going to pay off for him too, because he's put that straight through the centre. 3 quick goals to West Adelaide. 3-2. South Adelaide yet to score. Brooksby kicks out for the Panthers, goes to the outer side. Williams in front. He was always going to mark that. He had the spot where the ball was going to land, and Palmer just couldn't take it off him. Gee, causes heart attacks when he holds onto that ball, Williams, but there it is. He made amends. He missed with his first shot, not with his second. West Adelaide 4-3, the Panthers yet to score.
So with 124 games on the board, he's been a great player for West Adelaide, Craig Williams. He's borne the brunt of the ruck over the years. He decided to give it away a few weeks ago, but he's back in the fray, and having missed that last goal, he obviously set himself then when he got hold of the ball. He received a leader right across the ground from Randall Bennett. He ignored that and then sidestepped, just showing how mobile he is. That's a great goal.
At the centre bounce, Neville Shaw, or at least, yes, it is Shaw, Derek Shaw. Neville still playing for Collingwood on Davies. He's the other ruckman for West Adelaide, should Mecken get into trouble. Kapler got it out, but only as far as Carl Herbert on the left leg, over towards half-forward line. Burton underneath the ball. Des Herbert coming to meet it well was Palmer. Anticipated beautifully. Got it to Christie. South Adelaide run the ball to Bennett on the outer side. South now, after a good start, starting to drag the chain. They're looking at a 27-point deficit as they drive towards the Bickler, but he's well covered by Winter. Canalaptis, he's conceding ground and he'll come across ground. Now he's got time to straighten up, boot the ball back to centre field. Big leap by Christie, not successful. Lachlan at the back of the pack, gets it out wide to Martin. Back up support there coming from Troy. Quickly now Kapler, or the handball out wide to Hewitt, puts him under pressure, but good backing up by Lachlan, gets the ball long towards the half-forward line. Coming to meet it there is Hamilton, but also with him now 46 for South Adelaide is Brockhurst. The handball away was not good. Look for Lachlan in the double play. Lamb got it back to Winter. Winter's kick is high, goes to the half-forward line, free upfield against Lachlan. The umpire speaking to them, in fact both umpires speaking to them, and South Adelaide suffering now for those after the play incidents.
Oh, long kick in by Craig Williams. Andrews comes in, but he doesn't get to the drop of the ball. Burton couldn't mark it. Andrews picks it up, wobbles one around, and won't roll through for him though. Burton comes across, also David Kapler. Burton kicks off the ground, and yes, he's hit the post.
No,
or was it touched?
Off someone's boot, I think, Peter.
Touched off the boot, so we're West Adelaide. 4-4. South Adelaide haven't opened their account yet.
Brooksby. Kapler. David Kapler. Going to the outer side. Out there is Max Eddy. Safety of the line. Schneebichler coming into the action. He hasn't been able to get into the play much at all yet. Carl Herbert and Christie, and the umpire will come in and bounce the ball on West Adelaide's half-forward line. 4-4-28. West Adelaide. South yet to open their score. Micken against Christie. Christie's tapped, but he only got it as far as Grosser. Micken gets yet another free kick. Puts out the ball towards the half-forward line. Coming to lead, Clayton Lamb in front. Fine mark. Or the umpire said play on. Don't think he played on deliberately. Kapler back in defence. To Lachman. Puts out a long kick back towards centre wing, looking for Christie. Schneebichler, the leaper. Micken in front. Now Schneebichler. Bennett out there as well. Winter on top, and the umpire will come and bounce the ball centre wing on the outer side.
Well, it's a good toss to win when there's a strong breeze in the first quarter. Get the score on the board early. And the other side's got to catch up. No, they've normally got to do their catching up later in the game when the legs get a bit tired, and quite often the breeze can lighten up. So take the advantage early, and it can pay off for you. The Bloods 4-4. South yet to open up. Gary Christie uncontested there down to Nailey. Nailey couldn't get a clear kick away, and it was his or should I say his opposition rover who snared it. The Bennett kick. Andrews trying to mark it on the chest. Recovers beautifully. Gives Clayton Lamb the chance for the handball. Lamb gets it out again. Ronnie's in big trouble, and he gets a high one. And he's got a free kick. The decision was right. It only had to be a good tackle. He was holding the ball, but it was high. Definitely high. Ronnie probably can't believe it. In recent weeks, he's got a few free kicks. Must have had a birthday not long ago. The angle evident. Lines that up, but he can't kick a goal. It went to the left of the left-hand goal post. 4-5 the Blood. South Adelaide yet to score.
That was a beautiful movement then by Ron Andrews to that ball when it first came in. Gee, he approached it well. He certainly looks a different player at the moment, the one we saw earlier in the year. Maybe he's gaining a little bit of confidence, but he earned his free kick, and he'll get plenty if he keeps playing the ball like he did then.
Troy gets it out wide to Brent Nonna. Goes long to Schneebichler, centre wing on the outer side. This time Schneebichler's going to win the free kick for a push in the back, but he's had to come well upfield to get the kick. Centre wing as he pushes the ball wide, but too wide, and is well taken in defence by Carl Herbert on the half-back line. Herbert, another player in brilliant kick-winning form, to Hamilton. Gee, the umpire certainly picking up plenty free kicks in this first quarter. Canalaptis goes for the soccer. Martin is going to come a dead heat with Lamb. He'll need backup support. Gets it back towards Hewitt. Palmer across. Two veterans there for South Adelaide. The handball goes out towards Christie. He'll need support. The handball away to Martin is a shocker. Puts him under all sorts of pressure. Almost Herbert. Herbert and Christie. Christie gets it out to Hewitt. Another shocking handball. South Adelaide simply cannot find the man with the handball, and luckily Hewitt will get the free kick. Not to Nailey, that's to Troy. Troy puts his boot to the ball. Gee, do you think the umpires are handing out these FADs? That time it was against Randall Bennett. And big Jumbo Davies will get the free kick. He's too far out to score, so the Bickler gives a lead. He goes towards that player. Winters right there with him. Meccan back in defence, probably gets a hand to it. Winters farms out, taken there by Eddie, or almost taken by Eddie. Now it's Naley trying to scoop it clear to the Bickler. Carl Irvin, a high one back centre field. All South Adelaide. An easy mark to Gary Christie.
Well, he tried to play it on. Bennett stopped him, did it well. Comes off hands now. David Kapler to Paul Martin. A chance for South now through Max Eddy. Puts it onto the left boot. Across comes Micken. Christie in there also. Wasn't Christie in fact, but it comes out to Bennett. Well, the Bennett kick, not the best. Muret comes across, can't mark it. Cantalaptis might run into trouble, but he gets the kick away just in time. Clayton Land, geez, got strong hands. Beautiful ball handler. Ronnie Andrews on the lead. He's going to have to run into the open space now. Gets down, picks it up. Gee, oh, beautifully done, Ronnie Andrews. McKinnon, open goal. Top football, West Adelaide. 5-5. South yet to open up.
So 5 players have each kicked a goal, and that's the second occasion that Ron Andrews has run to meet that ball. Lost balance just slightly when he tried to evade. The ground a little bit heavy and slippery down here, but his sidestep was absolutely superb, and his take of the ball just made the play on. He's so smooth, and his ball touch is right at its peak, and he must be something that gives West Adelaide a great deal of confidence, and they know they can attack the goal front with someone taking a footy like that.
The Bloods' little men killing South Adelaide at the moment. Micken gets up yet again to give the ball over towards Cantalaptis. He started in the centre square on that occasion. The ball comes out again towards Micken, tackled by Bennett. Cantalaptis at the bottom of the pack. Muret got it over now to Bennett. Bennett goes in long up towards Andrews. Getting back on the ball is Brooksby. The umpire said play on. West Adelaide crowd want to push in the back, but the umpire will come in and bounce the ball on the edge of the square. West Adelaide have done tremendously well in the last 15 minutes after a tardy start. Lamb or Williams, I think that's a goal. Oh, brilliantly done. Craig Williams with absolute strength dropped it onto his boot for his second goal, kick number 4, and the Bloods are 6-5 at whitewashing South at the 21-minute mark.
And a very solid performance by West Adelaide at the Richmond Oval today. 25 goals, 14, 164 points. South Adelaide, 13 goals, 9, 87. The goal kickers for West Adelaide, Lamb, Bennett, Andrews and Filkey, all 3. Herbert, Williams, McKinnon and Morris 2. While for South Adelaide, Schneebickler 3, Max Eddy and Lockman both managed 2. And the stats from that game this afternoon, West Adelaide 235 kicks, South Adelaide 198. The mark 79 to 65, handballs 149 to 140. The free kicks 31 to 29. The rucks out of centre, a big margin, 22 for West and 9 for South Adelaide. And the scoring shots 39 to West and 22 to South Adelaide. And I think just from having a look at some of the film there, certainly a powerhouse performance by West Adelaide today. But Robert, really, where did South Adelaide go wrong? I see they were held virtually scoreless in that first quarter, but was that their main worry?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Into the breeze, they had a bit of trouble, Rick. They kicked 0-0 in the first quarter, in fact, and 0.5 in the third quarter. So they certainly had a little bit of trouble going into the breeze. And I still can't work out why sides allow the opposition to get those ruckmen back into the half-back line, particularly when they're kicking into the breeze, and then just kick blindly and long and strong into the up to half forward, and there's these loose ruckmen, either a ruck rover and a ruckman, just playing loose back there, and West Adelaide created havoc. Once they got hold of the ball across the half-back line, they then just promoted it forward so well. Craig Williams did a wonderful job at centre-half forward, and Ron Andrews was into gear at full forward, and as a result, South just couldn't work it up the ground, and some of their handball, we saw a bit on the replay then, they did 3 consecutive handballs on that replay that just missed the body by 5 metres, and that's not good enough, so they were certainly just out of touch today.
Robert, South have beaten every side in the 5 since Rick Davies took over and have done remarkably well over a number of weeks now, but that's their worst performance by far. Are Westies that good at this point in time?
Well, Westies were pretty good. What impressed me about them, Graham, was so often they went from body to body on 3 or 4 occasions. We've watched Glenelg in the last couple of weeks, and whilst they've been good, they've done some sensational things to score. Stephen Kernahan taking big marks, but Westies did it by running the ball from body to body. The second play, they made it on, and they certainly look to be a good team, and I think that's what will win the finals, if anything is, and they are certainly getting back to that form that won them the Escort Cup.
West Adelaide, Robert, were very worried when they lost their full forward in Roger Lueders. He's a key player for them. But they've got players like Ron Andrews and Craig Burton. Are they filling the bill up there?
Craig Burton did a couple of good things today. Some of his movement on a few occasions was excellent. Ron Andrews' first quarter when he approached the ball so confidently. After that, I thought he was in a bit of trouble. Stuart Palmer went back to full back and he had the pace to stay with Ron. He was prepared to run at the ball. Brooksby had a pretty bad day on Ronnie. But I don't think Ron's probably the answer. I think they'd like the pace and the speed of Lueders there, although Ron did a good job today.
I noticed John Subickle played the long sleeve jumper. Was it wet there, was it, or something?
I know he's trying to work up a sweat. They never got it up to him very often. He's probably going cold.
Oh, well,
we didn't have a lot of chance to see much of the West Adelaide defence, though, Robert. But what happened there? Were they on top?
Yeah, well and truly. They were on top everywhere. Hamilton played a very good first quarter. Somebody's rebound was great, and they were certainly just too good across half-back. And with that ruckman dropping back there, they had nothing to beat virtually.
Thanks, Robert, and also thanks for your estimate of the crowd at the Richmond Oval today. You told me during one of those breaks, I think there were 2 men and a dog there, when in actual fact there were 4,041 people for the game between West and South.
They couldn't count, Rick.
We'll take a short break and then we'll take a look at highlights of the Port Sturt game from Alberton.